Thanks for taking time to talk to me today. Welcome back to Scotland. Welcome back to Glasgow.
Thanks, bro.
Lovely to see you, a real hip-hop pioneer in the flesh. Did you get a chance to watch the Get Down series?
I watched the first series, the first 6 episodes.
Okay, was that enough for you? Did you think after 6?
No, I thought it was well produced. I mean, it wasn't like it was supposed to be factually correct about anything.
Straight on that.
Sure.
But it was well produced. You know, it looked the way it was supposed to look, and it felt the way it was supposed to feel. I think, you know, all in all, it was good. You know, it was good for hip hop because it went. You know, it was like they took the stories of the origins of hip hop and they put it on, you know, a level as big as Netflix, and Netflix felt that it was good enough to spend the amount of money that they spent on it to produce it. So I think it was good for hip hop.
Now, you were actually involved in hip hop at that time. What sort of things were you doing at that time? You were MCing, were you b-boying, were you graffiti artist?
B-boying and just starting at MC.
Okay.
But basically, you know, that was my thing. You know, I was a b-boy. I thought I was a good b-boy, but you know.
Okay, you ever still do it?
Yeah.
Still b-boy, okay. Good, b-boy for life then.
Yeah, I could still do some up rocking. I can't go down to the floor though. Okay, you know, I always, you know, got a lot of dance moves. I could still, you know, pretty good dancing.
You see some of the new generation of b-boys will just they defy gravity. It looks like
they took it to another level. I wish some of that could get into the Olympics because it's definitely very you know, athletic. You know, they got some athletic abilities, but you know, if they could do rhythmic dancing, you know, they can do that. They should be able to do that. You know,
if they were ever to make a biopic of the Furious 5, who would play you? Who would you like to play you?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I can't see the similarity there, but
I think they would. Actually, the guy that played the Get Down, he make a good enough looking Melle Mel. You know, a lot of people thought we had, you know, similar features or whatever. You know, young guy. Yeah, it would be. He'd probably be my first choice. I mean, serious choice.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, you're the guy, the genius who wrote White Lines. How did that happen? What inspired that? Talk us through that.
Well, actually, me writing that record was more or less like it was like a deja vu. I had a dream that I was coming into the Roxy. Roxy's a club in New York. And the record was playing because the music for the record was already, it was a club song. It was called Cavern. By the group Cavern.
Yeah.
So it was already there. So when I had the dream, I was walking in the Roxy, and the song White Lines with the lyrics, the melody line was playing. White Lines, that's what we're playing in the dream. And then after I had the dream, I wrote the song. And then after the song came out, how luck would have it, I'm walking into the Roxy the same way, and the song was playing the same way it was in the dream. And that's how the song came about.
At that time, though, lots of people were rapping about partying and having a good time. What made you decide to flip it and get serious for a change?
No. Actually, the song was just supposed to be a party song. But Sylvia Robinson, she was the woman that owned the record label, and she produced a lot of the tracks from off Sugarhill Records. She was the one that came up with the idea to put "Don't Do It" at the end to make it more like an anti-drug song. Then, because I just wrote, you know, all the words were there intact. But the part that she added was the "Don't Do It," and that made it, you know, that put a stamp on it as an anti-drug song. I mean, it wasn't like I was saying there was anything good about doing coke. The lyrics, it expressed, you know, the bad side about doing coke or whatever. But she was the one that put the "Don't Do It" on there to make it.
And let's be honest, there was a lot of coke involved in hip hop, like Coke La Rock and stuff like that. Lots of people got their names, Curtis Blow, right? That, you know what I mean? How did you feel when Duran Duran covered it?
I thought it was a great idea. I mean, it was one of the high points. You know, Duran Duran being the great band that they are, and when they covered the song. But the down part about it is that a lot of people that like the original song, they didn't take kindly to Duran Duran covering the song. Like at one point in New York,
I know.
In Hollywood, Bad Boys 2 wanted to use that cover in the movie Bad Boys 2, and a DJ just played the song like right when the song was first coming out. So a DJ in LA played the song as a Make It or Break It, instead of just playing it and saying, this is Duran Duran collaboration with Melle Mel, he played it, and then a lot of people that liked the original song didn't like the fact that Duran Duran covered the song, and then they didn't put the song in the movie. Yeah, thanks, fans. Thanks. You did us proud.
May I know, have a middle finger there to the haters, the bad advice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I thought the Duran Duran version was okay, but when you grew up on the original, then
yeah, right. But I mean, nothing would could. But it's just the fact to me that they actually thought enough about the song to do it over. That for me did that made the big difference for me, that they actually thought enough about the song. And even in the album that it came on, it was a whole song of cover songs. So they did 911. They did a bunch of different songs. But I respect Duran Duran because like they may be like whatever they are, a rock band or whatever it is, but they well-rounded in music. Nick Rhodes, he's one of the, I mean, I've sat down and watched him converse about music and different songs, and they would go back and forth for hours just, what song, what group, the year it came out. And he knew like it's him and the guitar player that was there, but they would go back and forth for hours. And Nick Rhodes, he's probably one of the most knowledgeable guys about music that you could ever find on the planet Earth. Okay. Serious. Okay.
Tough times happening in the world right now, acts of terrorism, poverty's out there, as much as ever, even worse these days. People are talking about World War III's already started. You made a song in the 80s called World War III. Right. What was your inspiration then?
Just trying to write something different, and actually it was a guy that used to make make our leather clothes. And we used to talk a lot about it. He was, all of, in the conspiracy theory and the Illuminati and the Vandenbergs and the Rothschilds. So that was all like the inspiration behind that song. Just more like not taking anything serious, but just writing kind of like a fantasy kind of version of, me and this guy, his name was Mickey Stevenson, what me and him used to talk about a lot. Right?
Now, speaking of the leather clothes, that sort of came back in hip hop these days.
What?
A lot of the new school MCs are wearing like the leather waistcoats, tops off, a bit similar to like the Furious 5 were back in the day. That looks sort of coming back into hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, well, everything comes back it's like it comes back in a circle. So hopefully they'll be able to be more respectful of. Cause see what we did and what a lot of the earlier rappers did that they don't do now. We're more mindful and respectful of how our fans is going to accept our music in the future.
Sure.
So a lot of the things that we did help, like it took Melle Mel to make a Chuck D to make a Nas. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of in the progression, like they don't have the real respect for their fans or what their music is going to mean in the future. So you'll make a song right now, and then 7-8 years from now, who the hell knows who's going to be making records, because you didn't make your record with nobody in mind other than what you was feeling at the time. I mean, sure. A lot of our things is like, we had a certain agenda, and most of it was, just basically having a good time, and we passed it on. And then the next guy that took it, he passed something on to somebody else. Now it's like is more like they don't pass on the message in the music, or they don't pass on a good vibe. They pass on a bad lifestyle. So most of these guys, their hip hop career is in a microscope of World Star or Facebook.
It's got a 6-month lifespan as well. You know what I mean?
But it's not played out in real time. It's played out in social media. Instagram. Like you learn more from them on Instagram than you would just listening to their music or just trying to figure out who they are. You know what I mean?
How long has your career been so far?
Going on 40 years.
40 years, man. Wow. Not a lot of
had a great time.
Not a lot of artists of any genre can say that.
Yeah.
And still be on the road, still pushing music, still celebrating their fans, and still inspiring people.
Yeah, see, and I think and especially for now, it has to be fun. Else man, who could do a record for the 35,030th time? Sure. If you didn't really like to do it, or if you didn't like the guys that you was on stage with, who can keep taking and that's our thing. We have a great time. It's a great group of guys, and we have fun, and it passes on to the people. They can see, you know, like you could like. A lot, like people come to see our shows. You have our fans, our traditional fans. They're our age, a little younger. Some of them are a little older. But then, anytime you see the younger generation, and when they come to the show, the one thing when I look at them that they be, you know, just baffled about is about how much fun everybody else is having. Or even some of the guys that's our age, but they not used to having fun, and they just, you know, stone-faced it. You know, they more hard guys, and everybody's having fun, and they looking like, wow, like, because that's, you know, that's the thing that was missing in the music. The fact that, you know, it wasn't supposed to be hard. It wasn't supposed to be about gangbanging, shooting nobody. It wasn't supposed to be about all the negative stuff. It's supposed to be you go out there, you entertain the crowd, you have a good time. And then when we bring that back, and they see it like for the first time, is, you know, it's like it's almost baffling. It's like, wow, we had a concert, we having this much fun. Ain't nobody mean mugging, you know, ain't nobody, no fights are starting. You know, it's just everybody having a good time. And I think that's the beauty of what it is, you know, that our hip hop has become.
Okay,
you know,
Sad news the other week when Prodigy passed away. Were you a Prodigy Mobb Deep fan?
Not necessarily, but they did use White Lines in one of their songs.
Oh yeah, the Quiet Storm song.
Yeah. So when we had a chance to meet, you know, to meet them quite a few times, being that they did the record over, I made money with them, you know, in a roundabout way. You know, I think it was definitely unfortunate, you know, but you know, at least, you know, people are paying them a good amount of respect. You know, I think they did do, you know, as far as breaking ground in hip hop, they had their place. They have their place in hip hop, and you know,
definitely.
And hopefully the other brother will be able to, you know, continue
that legacy on. Yeah. And also, TC Islam passed away.
Oh yeah, that was my guy.
Yeah,
because
TC Islam,
he was with Bam and them, but he later on became Grandmaster TC Islam, and me and Cass was the one that gave him that Grandmaster. Like he was trying to use it for years. We was like, you're not a Grandmaster, because who the hell made you a Grandmaster? And me and Kaz finally gave him his Grandmaster status, and then we did, make him president. Don't worry. We got bigger fish to fry.
Sad to hear that about TC as well. Who would be in your top five hip hop artists? Dead, alive. Old school, new school.
The top five would be easy. It would be Kaz. I mean, not including me, but it would be Kaz, Rakim, Cool G Rap, Kane, and even out somebody in there, and Mobb Deep, of course. Yeah,
excellent. Mobb Deep doesn't get his props.
No, I mean he does, but in our circle. But like, cause see with me with that top five thing, as far as great MCs, is like, listen, either you had to change the landscape, or you know, or you had to, you know, do something groundbreaking, like a person to say somebody's a great MC, but they just basically a carbon copy of this guy. So if, you know, you got to change the landscape, and you know, and after maybe, like, let's just say, beside financial stuff, I'm just talking about your body of work and your music.
Okay.
You know, not a lot has happened since the Rakim era. Like, as far as if somebody makes a song, then I have to change my style because they came out. Like when Eminem came out, Melle Mel didn't have to change his style. When Jay-Z came out, Melle Mel never. I could still do what I was doing, or still be you know, a high caliber MC. But when Rakim came out, everybody had to change their style. So if I had to choose the greatest MC other than me, it would have to be Rakim, because I was the only guy that I had to change. But he was the only guy that I had to change my style for, you know, or somebody like Cool G Rap, as far as a great natural rapper, you know what I mean? But that he just couldn't write hooks, but he was definitely a hell of a rapper. He would be in that category, you know. But as far as anything after that, because they never changed the landscape, you know what I mean? When Eminem came out, it wasn't like it was 1,000 white guys that wanted to do hip hop. It was just he came out, 2 other guys came out, boom, bam, boom. I mean, hell of a rapper, you know. I'm not going to take nothing away from him, but he never changed the landscape, you know. And neither did a lot of the other guys, other than, like, you know, they might have changed it on a financial level, but that's not what I'm talking about, because just because a guy is rich, that don't mean he's really good. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So there you are.
Let's talk about touring. Who in the tour party is the most party animal out of a lot of these?
What happened now?
Who takes it to the extreme when it comes to partying?
Come on, dirty boys. Come on, dirty.
Neck and neck. Coming down to the wire.
Hen takes it to the extreme. Enjoying life on the road. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it was all about.
Yeah. No, one of these guys who I'm not gonna blow up the party.
Okay.
His nickname is You Heifer. So. But I'm not blowing up the party up. But there you are.
Okay, you must have spent a lot of time together through the years on the road, travelling. You knew each other coming up in hip hop.
Yeah, we known each other for 40 years.
40 years, man.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
How do you still keep the friendship going? Because
We
obviously,
love each other.
it's a good
Bottom
answer,
line, I mean,
that's
you
it.
got to think about this, man. You know, these guys have been with us 20 years. These two guys, and be 1, 2, 3, the 4 of us of the beginning of hip hop. Period.
I know that. Oh, yeah, I know. Yep.
So when you share an experience with somebody like that, it's like birthing a baby.
Yeah.
But you go through a love-hate thing, right?
Sure,
They
sure.
pissed you off, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the older you get, the more you appreciate your parents.
True. That's very true.
And that's what has happened with us.
Yeah.
When we first started, it was super, super competitive.
Okay.
You know, everybody was, pissing and trying to, make sure everybody knew who was what.
Okay.
But we still, even in those days, I had mad respect for them. When they first came to the studio, I was blown away.
Okay.
Because, Mike and I and Hank, we were 3 different guys and we came together.
Okay.
Furious 5 was a group, and they came as a group.
Okay.
So they had dance moves and all this shit. We wasn't doing that.
Okay. Was there any ever beef between Sugarhill and the Furious 5? Because maybe some people say the Sugarhill was manufactured
Exactly.
a little bit. You know what I mean?
And there was a certain amount of non-information with the groups.
Okay.
There was a lot of things that I didn't know about the Furious 5. There was a lot of things about the Furious 5 didn't know about me and Mike
sure,
and Hank.
sure.
So that's what the 40 years has done. The 40 years has given us an opportunity. We know each other. I mean, it ain't too much. Oh, I found out that somebody's name is Frankie like a few weeks ago. But 2 hours ago, actually.
40 years to learn that.
But other than that, there's really not much we don't know about each other.
The thing that blew me away when I first heard the Furious, this is one of mine. We were doing our own thing. I started off Rappers Late, 8 bars. Hank did about 20. The guy did about 156.
Is that Rappers Delight?
Rappers
yeah.
Delight.
Yeah.
But,
Many
they had a
bars
different
total?
sound. The Furious had a different sound. Like
Sure.
I said, they had been a unit for a while.
And you can tell that.
And they would come right after each other
Like a machine.
seamlessly.
Yeah.
It's like one person could say those rhymes,
Right.
but it was 5 people.
Right.
And it was none of this,
There's no gap.
jerky stuff. It was like boom, 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 boom.
Succession.
I said, oh, wow.
It was amazing.
I never seen that. Every group I seen, even in New York, I seen Eddie Chiba, I seen Starsky.
Okay.
They were doing rhymes of 8 bars, 20, whatever. But not like that rapid fire succession stuff. I said,
Yeah,
man.
and it's one thing that I would give credit to. And I mean, even in our whole era of guys, all the groups, we never had the like weird, these little weird internet beefs that these dudes had. Whether you felt a certain kind, and that's why even to this day, everybody from back then, they could get in the room right now and it'd be no, I remember, it would be none of that. Like anything that happened all that we forgot about that.
It was
20 years ago.
It didn't make it. If it did, if it didn't make sense, it didn't make sense to you keep saying it.
Okay.
You know, like
We could be on an old, a classic hip hop party, and I mean, ooh, Lord, everybody be there. CL Smooth, Dana Dane, us, Cass, everybody you ever thought of could be there. No beef. It's like a family reunion, like a cookout. In fact, we had a show in
Connecticut.
Okay.
It was Houdini, Curtis,
Amazing.
Mel, and us, and
Dougie.
yeah, and everybody was like, we ended up singing Temptation songs in the dressing room
Amazing.
without a cue. Let's do this. No, somebody was just start singing. Papa was a rolling stone, and somebody else was joining. I said, oh man, I got a little choked up.
Sounds like a hell of a party, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And the new school artists don't seem to have that respect for each other. You know what I mean? Where you guys.
It's a different mentality, man.
Here's the photo of that.
Oh, looks amazing, man. It looks amazing.
Yeah. Photo from that day.
I got it on my
It
credit
snowed
card.
and everything. That was
Dope.
just,
And you got to think too, man, that the artists that are today are young.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
yeah.
when we were young,
Yeah.
it was a more fierce competition.
Okay.
We all men, you know. Like I tell people all the time, we ain't co-eds out here.
Sure.
You know, this ain't no college trip. You know,
Yeah.
we grown men out here taking care of our business.
it's not weed being sneakers now.
So we got a different rhythm that we move to.
House
You
notes,
know.
car notes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna move to the same rhythm as a kid that's 20 years old. I'm not
True,
gonna do
true,
that.
true.
I'm 50-something
Sure,
years old.
sure.
You know what I mean? So we don't do that. That's why it's
Yeah, yeah.
different. The new artists are still trying to find their way. And I guarantee you, if any of them last as long as we do, they'll get to that point where they say, you know what? It's a better way of going about doing this.
It's hard to imagine some of these new artists lasting 40 years though.
I said it.
You know what I mean? Big if, big if.
Yeah.
When you
Okay.
get to a certain age, you mellow out, and you're mature enough to give somebody their props. Because
Yeah.
when Rappers Like came out, you know, I wasn't ready for
Okay.
all that fame. And on the heels of Rappers Like, here comes Freedom by Flash and Melanin. And the musician in me, I was dancing. I said, "Oh, damn, that's fire." But you know, the immature to me, hey man, why they playing that instead of Rappers Like? Who are these?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
just that competition thing. But now we are together. Wow, on a tour like this,
together.
probably 75% of the day.
Yeah.
Do you know the app Siri does Rappers Alike?
What happened?
What?
The iPhone, it's got an app called Siri. You press it.
Oh, sorry.
Siri, yeah. We say Siri.
I got it.
Siri. You press it and you say, Siri, do a rap. And it says, apologies to the Sugarhill Gang. And it does.
Apologies, man.
Because it tries to do one of your verses. But it does it in a obviously computer way.
Okay. No, I never knew that.
Maybe you can get onto Apple for some royalties for that.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, Siri.
Siri, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Siri. Yeah.
Siri.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Siri.
Siri.
Siri, you press the phone and it said, yeah, you can ask Siri to do anything.
Let me run it.
Okay, here goes. Apologies in advance to the Sugarhill Gang. I said a hip hop, hippie to the hippie, the hip hop, and you don't stop. A rocket to the bang bang boogie. Say, up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat.
Siri tried there. Siri tried. So yeah, maybe go on to
They got this
Apple.
little thing that looks like a hockey puck.
Alexa.
Alexa. Alexa.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I have that.
Alexa, what's 2 + 2? 4. Alexa, what's a BJ? Yeah, I can't answer that right now.
Yeah, Alexa.
I cannot answer
Yeah.
So he's looking forward to playing Glasgow on Friday night.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, played it many times before.
We were here
Rocked it
last
every
year.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
We were at the Hard Rock.
I remember.
Here last
I
year.
remember.
And it was an awesome show. And so, and you know, every time we've been in Glasgow, it's been great.
Before I leave Scotland, I gotta find some
What you need?
mince and tatis.
Mince and tatties. Okay.
mince and tatties.
That can be arranged. Do you know what mince and tatties are?
They told me.
Okay. What about haggis? You ever tried that?
Yeah, I've had it.
Okay. You know what it is? Sheep
Yeah,
stomach.
sheep stomach stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
Just because I just want to try the local fare. I have to do that.
That's what
This
I
is
kind
T
of do.
Dynasty, aka Big Sexy Fat
Wow.
Boy. T-Bone.
So what can people expect from the show on Friday?
We're gonna come out on walkers with glittery suits.
See,
Is that a promise?
yeah, there you go. Get some popcorn.
No, listen, man. What we're gonna do is we're gonna definitely entertain the people, man.
Okay.
You know, we got everybody said this. We're gonna have people that are gonna be seeing us for the first time. We're gonna have people that have seen us many times.
Okay.
And you have people that's been watching us since we first started. So for those people, man, we're gonna make sure that they enjoy being there.
Here's what they can expect: a high energy show, lots of fun, lots of positivity, lots of interaction between us and the audience, and the audience is gonna sweat. They're gonna sweat like junkyard thugs.
Nice.
Bring your family. It's a family show. We
Yep.
encourage it. You know, so the young ones could actually see a concert without swearing and misogynistic things going on in the concert. It's a good thing. Every time we leave a concert and we see young kids, I always thank the parents for bringing them, or some people are bringing their grandkids so they can actually see it. So a person's first intake at 8 years old, 7 years old is actually seeing a show like this, and then they can go forward because now you have you have something to measure things against.
True.
Like I say,
True.
get your popcorn ready.
And obviously, watch out for hen party in the hardest on Friday night.
Huh?
Hen will be partying the hardest in the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect that.
That's right. I'm the quiet one. I don't
Oh yeah, he's a quiet vegetarian.
To be honest, right, it'll be a hard to out party. Stumpy, the promoter, because he likes to win hard. He likes to win hard.
Stumpy helps me out.
Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it.